Bullying McCain, Trump shows his fights don't stop at the graveyard's edge. Washington: you picking on a dead man seems like the ultimate bully move. But President Donald Trump continues to trash the late senior. John McCain, That followed a weekend Twitter tirade in which Trump identified stains on McCain's record that included his vote against repealing Obamacare and his role in forwarding a dossier on Trump to the FBI, which the president inaccurately said had happened before Election Day. It's hardly a secret that Trump hated McCain, who was a frequent target of his barbs on the campaign trail. But McCain, that hasn't stopped Trump from treating him like a foil in an ongoing celebrity feud. It's a one-sided fight, and one that has little obvious upside for Trump, who already has won over the set of Republicans who came to dislike McCain for his willingness to butt the party on a variety of issues over the years. It's possible, though, that he could alienate Republicans who are fans of his policies but either remain respectful of McCain's service to his country or simply find the specter of publicly bashing a deceased rival to be beneath the dignity of the presidency. When the difference between Trump and others is that the president doesn't let it go at that. Most. In McCain's absence, his family and friends have fired back at the president. Meghan McCain, one of the late senator's daughters, described her father as Trump's kryptonite in life and in death on ABC's They. You're left to his own devices, literally and figuratively. Trump has unleashed tweets hammering a series of real and perceived adversaries in recent days, some of whom are much closer in proximity. One of them, George Conway, is the husband of White House Counselor Kellyanne Conway. George Conway, a frequent critic of the president, tweeted out a series of clinical definitions of various personality disorders from a psychiatric manual over the weekend in an apparent response to Trump's tirade. On Tuesday, Trump dubbed him a total. But his aide's husband, who is very much still alive, had the ability to respond in real time. Congratulations. Of course, Trump loves the attention you, any attention you, and there's no reason to think he'll stop fighting with the living or the dead. Many of his overall, Trump is unlikely to send Republican voters toward the Democratic column by going after McCain or any other number of targets, but his behavior could come at a marginal cost among a certain set of voters, said GOP strategist Michael Steele. For Trump, strategy comes second to instinct, and his instinct is to fight. If an opponent is
raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.